First movement is going to be a single leg RDL. I like to go opposite hand with your dumbbell to the foot that's on the floor, making sure you're very slightly rotating towards that foot. That's why I like to go opposite hand, to make sure that chest is facing towards the floor the whole time. Back is flat. Try and lift up your back leg as well to keep that nice straight line. So all the way through, it's a hinge at the hip. You start with a very slightly bent knee, and then as you go down, you're not squatting and bending that anymore. The whole movement is at your hip as you hinge over. Only go as low as your hamstring flexibility allows you, keeping that flat back. 8 to 12 reps, then you swap over and do 8 to 12 on your other arm. Second movement is going to be a rear foot elevated split squat. We're going to hold the dumbbell in goblet position, so in front of your chest. Pick an object for your back foot, whether it's chair, sofa, bench, whatever you've got, where it's going to allow you to come all the way down. You don't have to touch your knee to the floor if it is a little bit high, but it's important you keep a slight tucked position with your core, and you want to be very slightly hinged forward, not enough so that you're leaning forward, but that means that you are really concentrating on knee coming back. What you're not doing is hyperextending and arching your back. So making sure knees tracking over your toe, slow and controlled. We've done these loads of times in the gym. Same reps again, 8 to 12, swap over, repeat on your other leg. 4 sets, you are doing 15 to 20, so high rep range, front squats. Dumbbells obviously going to be in one arm in your front rack. 3 seconds on the way down, which Jack isn't doing. 1 second in the bottom, and then straight back up. So 1, 2, 3, pause in the bottom for a second, straight back up into your next rep. Really looking perfect front squats, same as we always do for your squats, feet flat, knees out. Try and make sure you're really upright and that dumbbell's not forcing you to kind of lean to one side. It's 4 total sets. Each set you alternate which arm you're holding it with, so it'll be 2 sets with each. Rest about 90 seconds in between. 4 total sets. You're going to do a whole set using the one leg, and then you'll do the second set, you'll switch over and prioritise the other leg. So 3 movements. Your first one is going to be a single leg hip thrust. So making sure at the bottom, 90 degrees on that leg that's on the floor. You want to make sure you're resting your back on your sofa, chair, bench, whatever it's going to be. Squeezing your bum all the way up to the top. 10 reps. Straight into 10 step back lunges with your dumbbell. You want to make sure that the foot that was on the floor for your hip thrusts is the same foot is at the front, so you're prioritising that leg, loading up that leg, dumbbell in the opposite hand, 10 reps. Third movement is going to be a single arm swing. Keep it in the same hand, through your legs, really big hip drive, make sure you're not twisting too much on these swings. Once you've done them, you rest 1 minute, and then you repeat for the other leg, the other side. 1 minute's rest, go back to that first one. So it's 4 total sets, but you're swapping each leg each time, and you're going to have 1 minute's rest in between. 3 sets, core exercises to finish. Overhead crunch, so feet flat on the floor, arm extended as if you're at the top of a floor press. You're then reaching up to the ceiling, crunching, make sure you're sticking your lower back into the floor. Other arm is out to the side as a little balance point, a little bit of support. Make sure you are bringing shoulders and head off and squeezing down, crunching, reaching up to the ceiling as high as you can. 10 reps on your, I would start with your weaker arm and then swap over and repeat on your better arm. Next movement, overhead, 30 flutter kicks. So making sure here you're still crunching down, sticking your lower back into the floor. You're doing 30 reps, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4. The faster you do them, it will be a little bit easier. If you find them quite easy, you can go slower. If you are doing them really quick, just count one of your legs to 15. So it would be 1, 2, 3, rather than going 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to lose count, it's going to be really difficult. So again, to make that a little bit harder, go slower. Easier would be faster to get the time done. Last one is going to be a crunch knees to chest in that kind of pike position. Put your hands where you feel comfortable. That could be in front of you. You might make it a little bit more difficult. You can go out to the side or slightly behind you. Important thing with this is you are controlling it with your core. You're not just ramming your knees in and out, in and out. You should be crunching in and then extending under control. You're going for 20 reps.